I feel like I should have worn a sweater for this video, but it is currently 101 degrees, so I'm not gonna do that. What's up everyone, it's Kelly, and today I've got another swatch review for you. So today I am sharing swatches of the Orly Loose Threads collection for fall/winter 2024. Now this collection is actually part of their Breathable line, which they do seasonal transitional collections of, so this isn't their usual winter 2024 collection. This is a separate transitional collection. Their Breathable line is a little bit different. It's actually a one-step system, so you don't need any base coat or top coat with these. And they do have the same features as the regular Orly line. They're vegan, meaning they do not use any animal-derived ingredients. They're cruelty-free, meaning they do not test their products on animals. And they're also listed as being formulated without harmful ingredients. But the Breathable line actually has a little bit of extra stuff in there. So they have argan oil, provitamin B5, and vitamin C, which personally I find to be very strengthening on my nails. So I love to wear these, especially in the winter time when my nails feel a little bit more dry and brittle, because I feel like it just helps nourish them. But yeah, so we've got the Loose Threads collection. Like I said, 6 new polishes, all a cream finish. They're all these sort of wintry, sweatery inspired kind of colors. Now I have a little confession to make. I actually did use base coat for these swatches. Honestly, I totally forgot that I was swatching the Breathable line, so it was like automatic for me, but you do not need to wear base coat with these. I'm actually wearing one right now and I don't have base coat on under it because I do want to get the good strengthening properties of it, but you can wear base coat under it if you'd like. But yeah, anyway, let's just get on to the swatches. I'll show you all of them, then we can get into my thoughts on them and then pricing, availability, and all that good stuff. So roll the swatch footage. So like I said, I did use base coat for these, but you don't need base coat because they are a one-step system, so you don't have to worry about protecting your nails. So we'll start off with the shade, yeah, for Sherpa, which by the way, the pun names are on point for this collection, but this shade is a slightly deeper dusty rose cream, and you can just see in that first coat the coverage was so incredible. It's so creamy and smooth. I did end up with 2 coats for full coverage. You can see that beautiful dusty coloring. It feels like that rose type of shade, but it is a little bit deeper and darker, almost like a mauve color but dustier, and it does level out really nicely on the nail, so it felt beginner friendly as well. Next up we have the shade We Flannel-ly Made It, and this one is a dusty red cream shade, and again the formula was absolutely incredible. It gave me coverage from my visible nail line in that first coat, but I ended up doing a second just to show you what that looked like. But I feel like overall this collection is so opaque that it's going to be really incredible for nail art as well, just because it's really easy to work with, very opaque, and I think this color in particular is really gorgeous. I think a dusty red is a little bit more rare to come across, and it's a lot easier with removal in terms of getting red all over your cuticle area, so I always love dusty reds for that reason, because they definitely do not stain like regular reds do. Next up we have the shade Whether You Like It or Not, and this one is a beautiful medium brown cream shade. Again, incredible opacity, pretty much 1 coat coverage, but I did need a second coat just to get that fully opaque onto the nail. Another incredible formula. I do think that the first 3 colors actually looked pretty similar in the bottle, but on the nail they are very different from each other, so I do love to see that. So the first half of the collection was the warmer tones, and the second half is definitely in cool territory. So this first shade of that group is Fleece to Meet You, and this one is a beautiful cool toned slightly dusty green cream. Now this one on the first coat was not as opaque as the rest of the collection, but it still ended up giving me really nice 2 coat coverage, and again just really smooth, very workable, and very beginner friendly. And then we've got the shade I'm Easily Swayed, which by the way I think that this pun is the best of the collection, but they're all very cute to me. But this one is a really beautiful navy blue kind of color. You can see it dried actually slightly darker than it applied on the nail, but I think it's absolutely stunning. It has that slight dustiness to it. This one was another one that was fully 1 coat coverage on me, and I feel like this is an any time of year kind of blue. Specifically, it does feel, but maybe just because I'm in warmer weather right now. It feels like more of a summery navy blue, but I could also see this working really well for the winter season. It just feels like it's perfect for any time. And then last but not least, we have the shade Now or Bouclé-ter, and this one is a really beautiful, very deep, dusty purple with cool undertones to it. Again, not quite there in the first coat, but it did give me perfect coverage in the second, and this is what I am wearing on my nails in the intro and outro to this video, and I think it is so stunning. I love this very deep purple color, but it's not quite so deep that it looks almost black on the nails. You can still definitively see that beautiful, cool purple in there, and just like the rest, it has a really incredible formula. So here are all the polishes together, and I think they did a really incredible job putting these together. It's not quite a rainbow, but we do have the 3 warmer tones, and then we've got the 3 cooler tones, and all of the formulas are just so incredibly easy to work with. Every once in a while, I come across a collection of creams that reminds me why I love cream finishes so much, and this is definitely one of those. It's just so easy and smooth and incredible to work with quality like this, because there are some brands that kind of just make me forget that creams are a very workable formula, but Orly is just very dependable in that sense, and I do love their breathable formula. Like I said, especially this time of year, it just feels so good and nourishing on my nails, but even if it weren't a more brittle time of year for me, I feel like these colors are really stunning, and I feel like they're also just kind of staples to have in your collection. So yeah, let's talk about it a bit more. So those are the polishes, and overall I really enjoyed these. Even though they are very simple cream finishes, I just feel like they're such good quality. The colors feel so perfect for this time of year, and I honestly want to wear them all. I think they flow nicely into each other, but I also feel like they're just such good staple colors to have for the fall and into the winter time. And the formulas are just unreal. I love the Orly formula in general, but I feel like their breathable line just has a little something extra to it. They always just end up being so opaque and creamy and easy to work with. And I have to say, I thought that the brushes just felt especially smooth this time around. Maybe it's just because I haven't used an Orly cream in a while, but I was definitely really enjoying that. When I do a full manicure, I usually have to do a little bit of cleanup, but when I applied this, I felt like it just applied so perfectly and gave me just the perfect curve around my cuticles that I didn't have to do any cleanup at all. But yeah, overall, a huge win for me. Amazing colors, amazing formulas. It just feels perfect for this time of year. But I am curious to hear what everybody thinks of these, because I feel like what Orly tends to do is one of their collections is more traditional colors, and then the other one is kind of more out there colors. And I feel like this kind of feels in between being traditional and being out there. It has a little bit of like a vintage vibe to it, but it also does feel like very classic, wintry kind of shades to me. So it does make me very curious to see what they're gonna do for the winter time. But anyway, let's get into pricing and availability. All of these polishes come in the usual 18 milliliter bottles, which is absolutely massive. Definitely the biggest bottle of nail polish that I own. For reference, OPI is 15 milliliters. Essie, I think, is 13.5 milliliters. They do also come with a rubberized cap, so they're really easy to open. Now, the breathable line actually has like a little plastic covering on the cap that you can take off. Personally, I like to leave it on. I just feel like it's an easier way to identify my breathable polishes, but if you do want to use that rubberized cap, you can remove it. And they retail on the Orly website for $11 USD each, so I'm gonna link it down below. You can check them out if you're interested, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this collection. What do you think of the color story? What do you think of the all cream finishes? Leave it in the comments, we can chat about it. And if you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please hit that like button. It really helps me out, lets me know I'm doing a good job. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe. I really appreciate you all, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. Today's fun fact question is, would you rather only ever eat spicy food for the rest of your life or never be able to eat spicy food again? I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy spicy food. I think I enjoy putting a little cayenne pepper in stuff. I think that adds a nice little kick. I love buffalo sauce. I love Frank's Red Hot. However, I think I have a relatively low tolerance for spice, and I also feel like it kind of hurts my stomach. So if I had to choose between only ever eating spicy food or never eating spicy food, I would probably choose never. I think that would get pretty boring over time, but I just feel like my entire life, would desserts have to be spicy? I don't know. I feel like I can't envision an entire life of just spiciness. I know if my partner Ryan answered this question, he would say all spicy all the time, but yeah, I don't think my body could handle it. So I'm curious to hear your answer for this one, so leave it in the comments, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.